So this week's energy, this week's inspiration, this week's message for all of you who are seeing this, because if you're seeing this message, yes, it is made for you. I'm not going to say stop scrolling because you're obviously already watching me. If you're already watching me, if that makes any fucking sense whatsoever. Okay, so what I am picking up very, very clearly about the general energetics and the message that wants to come through is that basically you are at the beginning of a new era. There is a karmic board clearing which is going on at the moment, which I'm going to say this isn't just going to happen automatically from the point of view of you are going to need to take some kind of conscious role in this, in terms of self-accountability, self-responsibility, all of that stuff. And a little kind of add-on to all of this is that you need to be, and this is something I really want to say because I do see a lot of people within the spiritual, inverted commas, community online giving their power away, encouraging people to give their power away basically to others, encouraging people to give their power away to external things and so on and so forth. I kind of feel like I'm the antidote to that. I'm here to kick you up the arse and to say it is time, always, it's always time. It's time for you to sit down and decide, okay, what it is that you're creating next. Now, it might be a case of if you have been using what I'm going to call like old paradigm manifestation methods, which are rooted in hoping and wishing rather than actually understanding the practicalities of working with energy to make things happen, then I'm going to say right now, you're going to need to actually start working with someone, either learning how to do it by reading books or working with someone such as myself or someone else who resonates with you to actually understand how to do this stuff, okay? If you're wanting to look at working with me, there are details of how you can do so by looking at the links that I've got somewhere around this video or at the top of my bio, at the top of my page, basically. And I'm going to stick it's not a URL, you can't click on it. I'm going to stick it on this video so that you can type it into your browser address bar yourself if you would like to. Okay, so there's so many options of how you can do this, but the whole point is that if you spend your time in life rolling through life just going, I'm going to let everyone else decide for me, God's got a plan for me, and you're not actually taking any kind of conscious directorship of your own life, what you're doing is you are approaching life from the position of being a slave or a servant rather than the master of your own destiny and a part of source. You have free will. You are a part of source. Unless you're actually actively surrendering over to divine source energy, and actually divine source energy doesn't want to direct you. Divine source energy wants you to ask and wants you to direct and wants you to actually take charge of your onwards pathway, okay, rather than wafting around going, oh, I'm in my feminine energy, I'm just going to let everything push me around. Like, I see far too many people doing this, okay? You are both feminine and masculine energy. When it comes down to it, whether you manifest things or not is dependent on you making non-negotiable decisions. When we're talking about making non-negotiable decisions, they go through it. Basically, a properly non-negotiable decision actually goes through all layers, levels, parts, etc. of your energy. This is why I say, basically, you need to learn how to work with energy. If you want to take conscious directorship of your life, it's time to actually decide that rather than hoping, wishing, and kind of doing what I call the wishful thinking, let's just kind of do a bit of visualization and hope that's the end of it type of thing is not particularly useful, because we are complex beings, we're complex creatures. There's a lot of stuff going on with most people. There's a lot of layers to the way that you are actually manifesting reality in any given moment, including stuff to do with your genetics and so on and so forth, all of which can be changed, by the way, all of which can be changed. But wanting to sort of like cut this rant short a little bit, I just want to encourage you to at least this week sit down and get really fucking clear on A, where you are, and B, what it is that excites you that you want to create next. Okay. And we're not talking about creating from the point of view of like, this is like the standard business and the standard model that I see of how people do things. And so I want that for myself because basically I'm just following the herd. What floats your boat? What tickles your fancy? What actually lights you up from the inside out? This is something I've done for myself today. I do this periodically, basically, with my business, with Dynamic Intention. I sit down and go, what are the parts of my business that I actively really love? What are the parts that aren't exciting me so much, basically? And I just check in with myself. It's like, what are the things that I'm loving? What are the things I want to do more of? What are the things that I actually would like to farm out to other people? You can do a life audit like this with pretty much like any part of your life. What are the bits that you're loving that you want more of? What are the bits that you're not so keen on that like you would like to be able to kind of, if you can, hand them over to other people or whatever, you know? And even just looking at it from that point of view, you're going to get some clarity on where you're going next. Okay, what do you want to expand on? What do you want to put in the bin and not go back to? These kinds of things. This does feel like it's a very solar plexus focused week this week. If you're looking at it from the point of view of chakras, okay, I would encourage you to really own the power of your solar plexus, which is the seat of your will, okay, and it is the center that most people work from the point of view of, it is the chakra that represents forwards momentum, it represents connection with others, it represents basically bringing things, starting to manifest things into fruition in the world through the application of your divine will, obviously, which comes through from your soul and so on and so forth. Making sure that center's in balance. You know, I'm not going to go into any kind of energetics for this right now. I will probably be back in the next couple of days with a little bit of energy work for those of you who are having any kind of solar plexus issues, so that you can, mind you, I like, this is one of these things, isn't it? I did say I was going to be back with another video on something the other week, and then I actually realised that I didn't need to and that I wasn't going to. But with this one, it does feel pertinent. I'll probably be coming back with a solar plexus tidy up for you all. Okay, I'm not going to put it in this video because I do not have enough time looking at the clock on here. 7:57 as I'm saying this. Okay. But yes, essentially this week, getting clear on what the fuck it is that you want, that lights you up, that is actually like, that lights up your joy buzzer. That's what I want to say. That lights up your joy buzzer. Getting really, really clear on that, and getting really, really clear on the things that you would like to let go of, okay? Because we are going through this complete reshuffle and karmic board clearing moment at the moment. Part of your karmic board clearing, okay, is not continuing in the same cycles of what I call drudgery and like the stuff that just makes you feel meh. Okay, everything's being reshuffled. It's time for you to take charge of what that looks like for you, okay? Rather than just like hoping for the best and going, I'm just gonna let some outside force decide for me. One thing I really want to bring home to you is that you are the universe. You do have the right to decide, and it's up to you to use that right to decide, okay, in order to create a life that feels amazing to you. I'm sending you so much love. I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Mwah! Bye for now.